everyone, welcome to the Light Renegades. My name is Star. I hope that we are all doing so well and we are ready for the next phase, everyone. I really feel like there is a collective energy of just wanting things to be different. That's what I've been tuning in of late in all my places and spaces, is that people are just ready for things to be different. It's been real dense, it's been real hectic, it's been real confusing, and Mintaka definitely comes in with a message of hope I would like to share. And they really wanted us to really think about how we are receiving these messages again, and making sure we are taking the time to tune into these energies. When you know that I'm bringing a collective through, no matter who that might be, it might be a single entity, or it might be a collective, with the Galactic Alliance, the alliances. Tune into that. After you've watched the channeling, tune in, ask for them to come in for you so you can feel that energy. And I actually channeled this message from the Mintakans really late last night. I wasn't expecting it. It came straight through. They were like, "Can we talk to you?" I was like, "Of course." And it feels quite sterile still. It feels quite dense coming in, and that's just because we are so dense. So their frequency is so high, and I would say it's probably on par with the Sirius star system at this time, but the energy is just so high that it's almost like we can't bring it in. So that's a good sign that, we are on track. It's a good sign that, we are connecting with beings that are so ready and so willing to help us. So ask them for help is the main message that was coming through. But I really feel like I needed this message. The Mintakans are really drilling in this message for the Divine Feminine. So there is something definitely happening at this time, and I've been speaking about this in some other videos as well, that the Divine Feminine is leading at this time. Just across the board, we are taking those strides forward, and there is something happening with the Divine Masculine energy that I think is being distorted in other spaces and places, so that we can't come into unison together, and this means having that real strong bond that we might have, and there's a lot of us that know each other from different lifetimes. There's a lot of us that know each other from past incarnations, multiple incarnations. I say past, but that technically means that this is happening right here, right now. And something really interesting that's been happening is that I've been made aware that there are certain people in my life at this moment where we're all meeting up in the dream time, which I just find incredibly fascinating. And there's been people that I haven't spoken to for a really long time, and they've been showing up in my dreams, and I'm knowing that they are fighting this fight with us, for us, for everyone here. And it brings me so much comfort, and I think today's message is a comfort. It is a strong message to stand in your power, and I was really ready to hear it. So today's message is titled "It's All Coming Together." And the Mintakans started with, "Hello, light souls. We are here to let you know the energies are shifting. The dedication and persistence you've been putting into this transition over the past few weeks has been of great power indeed. The galactic energies have aligned in such a way that all pain worked through at this time is for the greater good of all. You are expanding, you are changing, you are transforming into the highest version of your soul selves yet. Our message today is a warning to remind you that it is up to you to make those changes. It is up to you to keep shining your light, no matter how deeply the darkness creeps in. There is an energy of mistrust around you at this time. Many of you can feel it. This is an illusion. Those trapped within the darker fabric of your fragmented realities are feeding into this distortion. Remember, just because you feel it, it does not mean that you shall be a part of it. Walk away. Say no to conflict. Say no to grief. Say no to separation, frustration, and lack of understanding. Those that wish to take your power from you, just say no. You see it, you feel it, you sense it. Keep aligning with your truth, Divine Feminines. We are working with you so closely at this time. You are making a difference. Do not fall into the trap of feeling unworthy of all that you have asked for, because you are truly worthy. There is a light at the end of the tunnel, and that light is you. You have created the path for all of us to walk through, Divine Feminines. It is your time to rise, so rise. Those in support of all of those in light at this time, we call upon you to keep seeing the truth, keep shining a light on all that makes you feel expansive and at peace. You are aligned into the highest frequencies that have ever reached this planet in existence to date. We see you, we hold you, we love you with all of our hearts. It is because of you that we have already won. it is because of you that we can make the necessary changes this side of the dimensions to create a peaceful future for all. Keep fighting for the light. Do whatever it takes to come back into balance and keep the peace. We ask you to focus this week on where you can bring in deeper sense of peace within your days. Energies are so vibrant and eclectic, however, to sit in these frequencies, even though of light, can be incredibly intense for the human physical vessel to endure. So create a bubble of protection around you. To come back into your own energy, we know this may seem an odd request. However, we think once you have tried this practice, it will make sense to you. Too much of anything is too much, even that of a high vibration. Remember, the healing waters are always here for you. Bathe, paddle, rinse, swill, drink, gulp, and share the sacred waters with each other. Bask in Divine Mother's energy. Pleasure is a great healer at this time. Sink in for those in divine union. We love you. And I thought they brought up a really interesting concept, and I think I figured this out a little while ago. Once I started to really, be able to tap into the collective energy, once I started to channel and really tune into my, my sensing, I felt like everything was just too intense. So, when I leave the house, I put myself in a protective bubble. When I was done, channeling for my card readings or channeling for here, I will take a step away from that channel. To make sure that I'm coming back into my own energy. But something that I've been doing as a daily practice is just feeling into my own energy. And I started to do this so that I could start to differentiate what was my energy from other energies around me. And that really helped me to tune back into myself, but also know when there were things around me that shouldn't be around me. Those deeper, darker, denser energies. Once you know your own energetic body, it's easier to tune in when something is coming in and out that perhaps shouldn't be there. So this idea of coming back to self, to stepping away from the collective energy, and there is a lot of energy coming in from different, frequencies, different dimensions at this time. It's all pouring into us. Those solar flashes are pouring in, and it is very, very intense. Although it is good energy, depending where you are in your journey, and I still struggle. I really struggle to be containing all of this energy, and all of us out here are really sensitive. So make sure that you are cleansing your body. Make sure that you are getting into water, because this truly does help rebalance your system. Also, to be washing off any negative energy that starts to become even more dense to you. The higher your frequency raises, the denser this whole entire world feels to you, because it is not quite in alignment yet. So it's almost like we put ourselves in more of a vulnerable state the more that we are tuning in. And I hope this is making sense what I'm saying. So you have to come back to your own energy. And I actually feel most at peace in my own energy, which is not something that I've ever felt this lifetime up until, really starting this journey. And I feel really proud of that. And even though, I love the energies of different collectives coming in, I love my angels, I love my spirit guides coming in, I love my own energy too, and that's really comforting. So if you can, just have that practice. And I like to place one hand on my heart, one hand either on my solar plexus or down by the sacral as well. So just like, at the bottom of the tummy, below the navel, depending on how I'm feeling and where I want to be connecting in. But always just allowing myself to come into balance with me and seeing what my own energy feels like, because that also helps you to realize where you might be out of balance as well. So start doing that as a daily practice, specifically those that might feel quite anxious a lot of the time. And I realized that I was a real anxious person because I felt on edge, because I was picking up on other people's energy. So I always felt like I was on high alert, and I didn't understand why a lot of the time I felt like I wanted to take a step back from people all of the time. And it was because I could tune into the energy, but I just wasn't aware of it. So actually a lot of people that suffer with things like anxiety or nervousness, it's because you are just highly sensitive to the world around you. And it took me a really long time to figure this out. So I hope that can shed a little bit of light to some of you where you might be in your journey. I'm hearing that that's a resounding yes. So just come back to your own energy, come back to you, and use the waters to be cleansing you. And I really try and take that sacred time with water. When I'm drinking my tea, I'm so present. I really try and let that be healing for me. Let that be a practice that is healing for me. And, to be talking to my water. I talk to water a lot, and there's studies to prove that, sending high frequencies, low frequencies to water changes the actual molecule components within that. So speaking to my water, this drink, is going to be cleansing my vessel, is going to be nourishing me, is going to help me feel at peace. It's something that I do often, and I'm being called to share that too. So maybe try and invite a little bit more mindfulness into your practices, and this idea of sinking into pleasure with one another and allowing that to be a safe and sacred space right now. And there is such energy within that, specifically a lot of things that I've been looking into, within these darker practices of black magic and, sex ritual, and all of that is very, very, very powerful. So if you can be, manifesting more love for this world whilst you are partaking in, pleasureful acts with your partner, please do, because, that ripples out for all of us to share. And, only take what resonates. And apologies that this might be triggering too. I'm going to put a trigger warning on this video, but there is something in coming into unison with each other at this time in love, and, just sharing that time with others. I'm really starting to really just embrace other people deeper at this time. Even though I've been sat in such dense energy, I really started to understand just how important it is for us to be connecting, for us to be coming together, and to just be there. I realize a lot of the time I just need to be there for other people, and I feel better, they feel better, and that ripples out for the rest of the planet. So remember that, make sure that we are having compassion for others, make sure that we are meeting others in the highest vibration, no matter how they are coming towards us. And I've been having to sit in such gratitude, such compassion, such radical compassion for myself, for people from my past, for people that are around me right now, and trying to bring, this sense of peace through this entire message. It was just bring in the peace, because these dark and negative energies are feeding into disruption at this time. And I've been physically watching people change around me, and I've been finding it really interesting. I'm going to bring this up in the darkness video, but it's almost as if the darkness creeps into those that might not be aware of their own energetic body, and they just do things to trigger you. So they've been doing things through other people to try and trigger me. And I'm very much aware of my surroundings and what's going on for me, but for a real long time I wasn't. And I've realized this has been happening my entire life. Even when I wasn't aware of these realms, there were things just jumping in, trying to keep me down, trying to claw me back so that I wasn't going to break free. So some of you might be experiencing that in your spaces too. So no matter what is going on, try and keep the peace for you. Walk away from anything of conflict. I don't even engage anymore. I simply walk away. I simply walk away, and I just come back to my own energy, or I will, make sure that I release any anger that comes up, any frustration, and then I will just let it go. I will try and let it go. I'll put a layer of protection over me and also the other person. I've been sending a lot of protective energies for other people, because I can see where they are struggling. I can see where negative energies are trying to pull them at this time, and grateful that I'm in a position where I can do that for whoever steps forward, or just random people in the street. I'm just sending out a layer of love and protection to them on their journey, because it's like I can physically see these energies just trying to pull them, trying to keep them down, trying to keep them, stuck in these denser vibrations. So just be aware of that too. Every day we are out here fighting for our lives, for our light. And, I don't say this to scare people, but it is the truth. The light has already won, but it is up to us to be making those daily practices. It is up to us to be, sitting down and meditating, to be cleansing our homes, to be cleansing our spaces, to be sending love and light out to those that might be struggling, to those that are our friends and family. It is up to us to be making this difference, and especially those that are awake right now. We are having to lead. We are having to step forward for those that literally cannot at this time. And that does come with a weight. That does come with, a price of being awake. But it is for the greater good of everyone. So we've made that sacrifice, everyone. That is why we are here. And I've been trying to keep this in my mind while I've been really struggling over the past few weeks with this real dense energy, and just reminding myself, I chose to be here at this time because I knew that I could do it. I knew that I could break free. I knew that I could withstand the pressure that is coming in, that will continue to come in. So remember that too, everyone. But keep coming back to your daily practices, your meditations, your sitting with self, your walks out in nature, getting out in sunlight, spending time with your friends, your family, pets, and, getting out into nature and making those your pets. Those familiars are your pets. I'm very much connected to a lot of birds around me, and I couldn't be more grateful. I'm starting to really appreciate just the little things, because I'm starting to see that the little things are actually huge things. So never take anything for granted at this time, everyone, and just keep tuning into the harmonies of peace, love, and reverence for each other. But I think I'm going to start rabbiting for today. I feel like I could just talk forever. I'm definitely feeling lighter. I'm sure that you can all feel it too. So thank you for being here today, everyone, and look into Mintaka, where you might have your connections there. And if you would like to work with us, any of us Light Renegades and past life regressions, to help you align with the energies of Mintaka or any other star system that you're wanting to connect to at this time, or think that you might have connections with, do not hesitate to reach out. You can email us, or you can DM me through my Instagram as well, everyone. But that's it for now. Take care, and I'll be back very soon.